Assalamu alaikum. In this video we will discuss Vibrio cholera. Vibrio cholera belongs to a genus known as Vibrio. Vibrio cholera is the major cause of cholera. Another member of this Vibrio genus is the Vibrio hemolyticus that causes diarrhea associated with eating raw or improperly cooked seafood. Vibrio vulnificus is also the member of this genus that causes cellulitis and sepsis. Important properties. Vibrios are curved, comma-shaped, gram-negative rods. Vibrio cholera is divided into two groups according to the nature of its O cell wall antigen. Members of the O1 group cause epidemic disease, whereas non-O1 organisms either cause sporadic disease or are non-pathogens. The O1 organisms have two biotypes called classic and F1, and three serotypes called Ogawa, Inaba, and Hikojima. Biotypes are based on differences in biochemical reactions, whereas serotypes are based on antigenic differences. These features are used to characterize the organisms and isolate in epidemiologic investigations. Serogroup O139 organisms, which caused a major epidemic in 1992, are identified by their reaction to antisera to the O139 polysaccharide antigens, O antigens. Now we will discuss the pathogenesis and epidemiology for Vibrio cholera. It is transmitted by fecal contamination of water and food, primarily from human sources. Human carriers are frequently asymptomatic and include individuals who are either in the incubation period or convalescing period. The main animal reservoirs are marine shellfish such as shrimp and oysters. Ingestion of these without adequate cooking can transmit the disease. A major epidemic of cholera, which spanned the 1960s and 1970s, began in Southeast Asia and spread over three continents to areas of Africa, Europe, and rest of Asia. Another epidemic of cholera began in Peru in 1991 and has spread to many countries in Central and South America. The organism isolated most frequently was L. tar, biotype of O1 Vibrio cholera, usually of the Ogawa serotype. The factors that predispose to epidemics are poor sanitation, malnutrition and overcrowding, and inadequate medical services. Quarantine measures failed to prevent the spread of the disease because there were many asymptomatic carriers. In 1992, Vibrio cholera serogroup O139 emerged and caused a widespread epidemic of cholera in India and Bangladesh. The pathogenesis of cholera is dependent on colonization of small intestine by the organism and secretion of enterotoxin. For colonization to occur, large number of bacteria must be ingested because the organism is particularly sensitive to stomach acid. Persons with little or no stomach acid, such as those taking antacids or those who have gastrectomy, are much more susceptible to the infection. Adherence to the cells of the brush border of the gut, which is a requirement for colonization, is related to secretion of the bacterial enzyme mucinase, which dissolves the protective glycoprotein coating over the intestinal cells. This is about the pathogenesis. Now we will discuss the clinical findings. Watery diarrhea in large volumes is the hallmark of cholera. There are no red blood cells or white blood cells in the stool. This should be remembered that no red blood cells and no white blood cells are present in the stool. Rice water stool is the term often applied to the non-bloody effluent. There is no abdominal pain and subsequent symptoms are referable to the marked dehydration. The loss of fluid and electrolytes leads to cardiac and renal failure. Acidosis and hypokalemia also occur as a result of loss of bicarbonate and potassium in the stool. The mortality rate without treatment is 40%. Cholera gene is the toxin that is released by the Vibrio cholera. This consists of a active subunit and a B binding subunit. The B binding subunit, which is a pentamer composed of 5 identical proteins, binds to a ganglioside receptor on the surface of the enterocyte. The A subunit is inserted into the cytosol where it catalyzes the addition of ADP ribose to the G protein, that is GS protein, that is a stimulatory protein. This locks the GS protein in the on position. Activation of that is GS protein occurs, which causes the persistent stimulation of adenylate cyclase. The resulting overproduction of cyclic AMP activates cyclic AMP dependent protein kinase, an enzyme that phosphorylates ion transporters in the cell membrane, resulting in the loss of water and ions from the cell. The watery flux enters the lumen of the gut, resulting in a massive watery diarrhea that contains neither neutrophils nor red blood cells. Morbidity and death are due to dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. However, if treatment is given promptly, the disease runs a self-limited course in up to 7 days. Laboratory diagnosis. The approach to laboratory diagnosis depends on the situation. During an epidemic, a clinical judgment is enough to make the diagnosis. In an area where the disease is endemic or the detection of carriers in the area where the disease is endemic or for the detection of carriers, a variety of selective media that are not in common use are used. For diagnosis of sporadic cases, a culture of the diarrhea stool containing Vibrio cholera will show colorless colonies on the McConkey's agar because lactose is fermented slowly. The organism is oxidase positive, which distinguishes it from the members of the Enterobacteriaceae. On TSI agar, an acid slant and an acid but without gas or H2S are seen because the organism ferments sucrose. A presumptive diagnosis of Vibrio cholera can be confirmed by agglutination of the organism by polyvalent O1 or non-O1 antiserum. A retrospective diagnosis can be made serologically by detecting a rise in the antibody titer in acute and convalescent phase sera. Treatment consists of prompt, adequate replacement of water and electrolytes either orally or intravenously. Glucose is added to the solution to enhance the uptake of water and electrolytes. Antibiotics such as tetracycline are not necessary, but they shorten the duration of symptoms and reduce the time of excretion of the organism. Prevention is achieved mainly by public health measures that ensure a clean water and clean food supply. There are 2 oral vaccines, one called Dukoral contains killed whole cells of the O1 strain plus recombinant cholera toxin. That is cholera toxin subunit B. Antibodies induced by the vaccine prevent ingested Vibrio cholera from attaching to the intestinal mucosa and neutralize any cholera toxin. This is about the prevention. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.